What's up fam, it's your boy, back at it again with another video, and today we're talking about cancel culture in hip-hop. Over the last decade or so, cancel culture has meant a lot of things. Back in the day, to get canceled was to have your problematic past or problematic behavior nuke your career straight out of orbit, and the phenomenon was all over the place. On one side, people were trying to join a justified crusade toward accountability, and canceling was a way to get at celebrities who did wrong. While on the other side, people thought that the whole dynamic was often overplayed and overblown. While you can see this phenomenon taking place and being talked about across the entire culture, canceling became especially prolific in the music ecosystem. Unlike random actors or celebrities who might have been caught putting something up on Twitter, rappers and singers' entire careers center around them speaking their mind. Most of the time, out-of-date whack shit didn't need to be drudged up from your old social media accounts, because it's still in people's rotations. Hence, since the mid-2010s, at all times, there's almost always an artist getting dragged collectively online. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this isn't because I necessarily think cancel culture is good or bad. To me, it's always been contextual. Sometimes people are sex pests or abusers, and I don't really care about seeing their career go down in flames. But other times, someone might have said something off or offensive and apologized for it. And kicking their career straight into the abyss might be overdoing it. But wait, pause. I just kinda lied. Canceling doesn't actually ever do that. The reason I'm talking about cancel culture in rap isn't because I have an issue with it. It's because I don't think it actually exists at all. And that's what I want to talk about. So back when rappers, singers, and songwriters alike were routinely all getting their dirty laundry exposed, people started to push the idea of separating the art from the artist. Unfortunately, being talented does not correlate with being ethical. So if the consumption of art started and ended at the moral purity of the artist, then there would be a lot less art out there that you could ethically consume. Whether it's a problematic past or literal crimes against humanity, you just never know when an artist you like is gonna get aired out and what for. So this idea of separating the two exists as a safety net so you don't have to worry about it. And ground zero for this separating the art from the artist ideology was R. Kelly. He had been known as one of the most popular and talented R&B artists of all time, a literal legend, just to be exposed as an undeniable pedophile. And his music was such a huge part of the lives of so many people that this sort of caused a mass psychosis. How do you just let this go? For a lot of people, the answer was, you don't. You keep his art and you kinda just don't think about him. And this idea just continued to extend to so many genuine demons. From Anthony Kiedis, lead of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, to Chris Brown, and even to the person that inspired this video in the first place, Kanye West. If the music is good, people will support an artist no matter what. You can find me on this. Kanye only stopped receiving the support of the general public once his music started to fall off. As soon as you drop what I'm hearing is a decent project, niggas are saying shit like, my GOAT is back. This GOAT! His personal life may have been affected, but his career is fine. You can even look at Drake, who at best has had very questionable relationships with a lot of underage girls, who then had that end up becoming a focal point of the biggest rap beef of all time. But if you're paying attention, he's just as popular now as he was back before the beef. Now, I do understand that there's standums who'll defend their fave until the end of time, but that's not quite what I'm talking about here. What I'm saying is an artist can never truly lose their mainstream appeal if their music sticks to why it's mainstream in the first place. Since the art exists in people's heads as a completely separate entity from the artist, what the artist does can be easily ignored. It's just not even a factor in the equation of their popularity. When people talk about this or that person getting canceled, they're exaggerating. We haven't held anyone accountable in a very long time. And when I say we, I'm also including me. And I don't really even know how I feel about it. I still listen to a lot of the Kanye music that I grew up on, despite him being a shitty person. I don't engage with his new music, and I don't think I ever plan to, but I still listen to his classics from time to time. It's kind of an arbitrary line that I draw in my head with him, despite having no material effect on anything other than my listening habits. There have been artists that I like that I've completely dropped because their music just makes me that uncomfortable. Like R. Kelly is singing about teenagers, so nah. But when I think about it, technically separating the art from the artist isn't accomplishing anything morally, because by listening to someone's music, music, you're still putting money in their pockets. But like I mentioned a second ago, I find myself separating the art from the artist all the time, purely for the sake of my own lifestyle and what I like to listen to. Personally, I do want morally reprehensible people like Chris Brown, Anthony Kiedis, or even Kanye to see real consequences for their actions. It's not great to see people who willingly cause harm have widespread support regardless of it, but I also understand that where I draw my lines and who I decide I do or don't listen to isn't based on an objective moral framework, so I don't really have any interest in holding others to that standard. But the fact that there is no standard is just so strange to me. The idea that people are being held accountable or actually facing any social consequences for anything isn't true. And at the end of the day, for better or for worse, no one ever actually gets canceled. The wave of criticism that you do see always passes and their career is still left standing. I don't know what that says about our culture broadly, but I do know that is true. And I find myself wondering if it'll ever change. Anyways, like and subscribe if you haven't already, check out the socials, and thank you for watching.